Gibson's area is A. First left intercostal space, left sternal edge. B. Second left intercostal space, left sternal edge. C. Third left intercostal space, left sternal edge. D. Fourth left intercostal space, left sternal edge. Correct answer A. First left intercostal space, left sternal edge. Gibson's area is the region where the Gibson's murmur, continuous murmur of patent ductus arteriosus, is best heard. Hypothermia for post-op arrhythmia is used in case of A. Complete heart block, B. Atrial fibrillation, C. Junctional ectopic tachycardia, D. None of the above. Correct answer C. Junctional ectopic tachycardia. Hypothermia for postoperative arrhythmia is used in case of junctional ectopic tachycardia. JET is a unique postoperative arrhythmia, especially seen in children after surgery for congenital heart disease, and it is often difficult to treat. It is likely to recur after cardioversion as it is due to enhanced automaticity. Sedation and cooling are helpful. Antiarrhythmic agent with oxytocic property. A. Digoxin, B. Disopyramide, C. Lignocaine, D. None of the above. Correct answer B. Disopyramide. Disopyramide is an antiarrhythmic with oxytocic property which may induce premature uterine contractions and cause premature labor. The oxytocic effect of disopyramide was initially described by Leonard and colleagues in their patients with cardiac arrhythmias due to mitral valve prolapse. Use of disopyramide was associated with initiation of uterine contractions. Normal transition zone in ECG is at A. V1 V2, B. V3 V4, C. V5 V6, D. None of the above. Correct answer B. V3 V4. Transition zone in ECG chest leads is the lead or leads in which RS pattern in right oriented leads change to the QR pattern of left oriented leads. Usually it occurs in V3 V4. Early occurrence is known as early transition and later occurrence as late transition. Persistence of RS pattern right up to V6 occurs in clockwise rotation, often seen in chronic obstructive airway disease. There are two explanations for the RS pattern in all precordial leads. One is shifting down of the heart in emphysema so that all chest leads record from the base of the heart so that the pattern resembles that in V1. In such cases, leads recorded 1 or 2 intercostal space lower may show the usual transition pattern. Another possible explanation is right ventricular hypertrophy type C causing deep S waves in lateral leads. In tetralogy of Fallot, there is a sudden transition from the tall R waves seen in V1 to shorter R waves with deep S waves in V2. This is called sudden transition or sometimes as early transition in tetralogy of Fallot. In that case, there is usually no transition from RS pattern to QR pattern as the left ventricle is underfilled and precordial leads from V2 to V6 usually show RS pattern. Absence of lateral Q waves indicate the low pulmonary blood flow and consequent underfilling of the left ventricle. Percentage of concealed LQTS in genotype positive cases: A 5%, B 15%, C 25%, D 35%. Correct answer C 25%. The term concealed long QT syndrome is used to indicate individuals with genotype of long QT syndrome and a phenotype with normal QT interval. They are usually detected on family screening of those with manifest long QT syndrome. In a study published by Goldenberg and colleagues in the Journal of American College of Cardiology in 2011, including 7 multinational LQTS registries, around 25% of genotype positive individuals had QT interval in the normal range. The risk of sudden cardiac death or aborted cardiac arrest was 10 times higher in those with concealed LQTS than the unaffected family members. While unaffected family members had 0.4% risk of sudden cardiac death or aborted sudden cardiac arrest, those with positive genotype and negative phenotype had 4% risk. This is notwithstanding the finding that those with manifest long QT syndrome had a much higher risk of sudden cardiac death or aborted cardiac arrest at 15%. In concealed long QT syndrome, the risk of sudden cardiac death or aborted cardiac arrest was higher in those with LQT1 and LQT3 genotypes than in LQT2 genotype. But unlike in manifest long QT syndrome, females were not shown to be at higher risk in concealed LQTS. Commonest short RP tachycardia. A. Typical slow fast AV nodal reentrant tachycardia AVNRT. B. AVRT accessory pathway mediated atrioventricular reentrant tachycardia. C. Atypical fast slow AVNRT. D. PJRT permanent junctional reentrant tachycardia. Correct answer A. Typical slow fast AV nodal reentrant tachycardia AVNRT. Long and short RP tachycardias are two groups of supraventricular tachycardias depending on the interval between the R wave and the P wave of the next cycle. Typical slow fast AV nodal reentrant tachycardia AVNRT is the commonest short RP tachycardia. P waves are not seen in 80% of typical AVNRT because it is within the QRS and we cannot measure the RP interval. In 20% of typical AVNRT, it is just visible after the QRS. AVRT, accessory pathway mediated atrioventricular reentrant tachycardia, is the other form of short RP tachycardia in which the P wave falls at the end of the QRS. In leads in which the P waves are inverted, it gives the appearance of a pseudo S wave. When the P waves are positive and seen immediately at the end of the QRS complex, it gives a pseudo R appearance. Pseudo R and pseudo S waves are less sharp than true R and true S waves. Please don't forget to subscribe to this channel for future updates and click on the bell icon for all updates. Thank you.